Paul J. Kaplan is my new hero. He wrote in to Representative Jack Kingston in Georgia, and he wrote about the Braves-Dodgers playoff series.
He wrote after the Dodgers won the series.
Yeah, so Dodgers win, and he's a Braves fan, and he was upset about that. And so he wanted Jack Kingston, who's a Republican, to do the same thing with baseball that they've been doing with the government. Interesting. So let's find out what his request was. He says, like you, I'm sure I am profoundly disappointed that the Atlanta Braves lost the National League Division Series last night. And to the Dodgers, a bunch of California liberals, okay? We don't like that. He says, this outrage cannot be allowed to stand, but the system has failed us. We tried to resolve this issue through traditional means. In last night's game alone, we must have sent batters to the plate at least 40 times. But just because we couldn't score enough runs, the Dodgers refused to relinquish the title. And worse, they won't even discuss it. He goes on to say,
that's great.
LA's stubborn refusal to even talk to us about reversing the results of this series is unsportsmanlike and un-American. But there is an answer. If the Dodgers won't listen to the cries of the average Americans like you and me, the Congress should outlaw Major League Baseball until the Dodgers cave. Okay. The letter is much longer. Every paragraph, every sentence is awesome. He says, we can't afford to play baseball as usual. Okay. And then finally, towards the end, he says, just because the Dodgers had more hits, more runs, won more games, doesn't make them right. You can help them see that. And if that means the country will be deprived of its national pastime, well, the Dodgers will have only themselves to blame.
Well, my only
That's
criticism
great.
is that he's not ambitious enough on behalf of the Braves. Well, when did they last win a playoff series? Was it 2001 maybe? You know, I don't think they've won a playoff series since then, right? I think we should go back and replay every World Series since then, because just like the Republicans have been losing, they've been losing, but that's no reason why they shouldn't get to control the whole situation.
Richard, that's almost exactly the analogy I did earlier in the week about basketball. The Republicans, after the game is over, they're the guys who won't leave the court. Not like in the middle of the game. Like,
Right.
So that was bad enough. All the no, foul, they're that guy, right?
Yeah.
But then the game's already over, and they're like, the fourth point was actually, I didn't agree with the fourth point. I don't think you guys should have gotten the fourth point. Let's redo the whole game. And you're like, you're mental. Okay, like, you got to go, son, right? And so, to Richard's point, you're right. Paul Kaplan didn't ask for enough. We should go back and do the 2003 series, and I mean, the Braves should have won. The American people are on the side of the Braves, okay? And the Dodgers are well-known liberals, and we can't have it. It's a brilliant analogy. And
I love, just for whatever it's worth, that it's a Braves fan in Georgia. Like,
Yes.
It helps. It helps.
Yeah. And then Jack Kingston replied.
No kidding?
Yeah, he did.
This got a lot of coverage.
Yeah, and he's trying to be a good sport about it. He's trying to be funny about it. A lot of people gave him credit.
Because Kingston goes on Bill Maher a lot.
Oh, okay.
Like he's
like
he can handle
and
himself.
from time to time he's honest. Like earlier in the week he said, I'll tell you what matters in Washington. It's the polls, not policy. Okay, and I was like, whoa, here's a politician who admitted it. So he's basically an answer to when are the Republicans going to change? If the poll numbers change enough, believe me, we'll listen, right? So, but he tried to be funny in response. Some people thought he was. I'm not so sure. Okay, we'll let the professional decide.
I will.
Here. Part of his letter, he says, I agree with you that the Republicans and the Braves have much in common. You could say that the Republicans bravely take on tough issues, such as defunding Obamacare, and trying to curtail runaway spending. And we don't mind clearing the dugout for a good brawl. We also agree that the Dodgers is a fitting name for the Democrats, as they often dodge serious issues, such as balancing the budget or cutting spending.
But he's pretty much dodging the main point the guy was making.
Yeah,
Exactly. He never mentioned it in the letter.
You lost on Obamacare.
More proof
right.
that you should leave comedy to the professionals.
Yeah, I thought that sucked.
No,
Yeah,
that's
I
lame.
know. There's nothing-
It's lame. It's completely lame.
The only part that's not lame about it is that he did write back. Like,
Right.
Yeah,
Give
all
him
right,
credit
bless
for
him,
that.
his heart for that. But by the way, he's part of the people who shut down the government to defund Obamacare. So don't get us wrong. It's not like he's a good guy or anything,
Right,
okay?
yeah.
He's the one who caused this mess in the first place.